Hey there once again, I am your friendly neighborhood Crimulus. I am a singer-songwriter from Portland, Oregon, and in this series I take songwriting streams that I do weekly and chop them into the decision-making bits into a smaller format to show you here and kind of give you an idea of how I write songs and maybe give a little commentary and help inform, maybe help you write better songs, or mostly just talk to myself on the internet. But I am a full-time musician, and all of the things that I do are part of my journey to becoming a self-sufficient musician, whatever form that may take. So in this episode today, we're going to be looking at the stream from May 3rd, where I wrote a song called I've Seen the Sun. And let's jump into it.
All right, I think I'm good to go now. I came up with a cool little thing right as I was just sitting here waiting for the ads to finish. And I think I'm going to use it today.
That actually happens a lot. I just sit down and start playing and something comes out. It's very, very frequent that I come up with a thing during the first 3 or 4 minutes of the stream. As you can see, it's at 4 minutes, 52 seconds already. That's because there's 3 or 4 minutes for ads to run where I don't show anything. But I very, very frequently come up with a riff or an idea right then. Just shows you the act of sitting down to write can help write. And it's kind of a banjo roll. So I play the banjo as well. And I'm just using that same thing, but in the song, The Fish. And then in just a few months ago, I wrote It Ought To. I used that to come up with things. And I found that there's a lot for me to explore with that. So that's what I'm doing here, trying some other variation of using that picking pattern.
It's kind of a hard thing to play, but so what else is new? No idea what lyrically it'll be yet, but that's the way it works. Because my hand wants to go back up to this. It's sort of unintuitive the way that string placement is, but can I sing on top of it? I like to harmonize them.
You can see the look on my face there. I liked it, and I still do. I think it's cool.
If I can play, it's kind of hard to play and sing, but that switch is so weird. It's so unintuitive to bring this finger up for that note. Watch.
I experienced a similar thing when I first started playing the banjo. The banjo has a string that's actually higher pitched than all the others at the top of the banjo for a 5-string banjo, whereas on a guitar they go, the lower tones are at the top of the strings down to the higher tone. It took a long time to get used to that, and it felt similar to me. I'm not used to going up on the strings in terms of toward my head to get a higher pitch.
Watching a dog. What's the topic today? I don't know, but I know I that little riff right there is definitely what I'm going to sing over, and I like that harmonize where I'm harmonizing the guitar, so the guitar's going. And on top of that, I go. I have written a lot of things lately, but I don't know. I can already tell I'm not going to like whatever's there. You never know. Oh, this actually could work. I might not be out of it. That song sounds kind of like Simon and Garfunkel or maybe Cat Stevens but I wrote this down. I might not be out of the dark, but I've seen the sun.
That's what I used, just in case you didn't know.
It's a difficult key, that's for sure. It might be too high, actually. Yeah. Of course, I start with the capo on and I take it off, and it's the other way around.
Just the right key for my voice.
That sounds even better. got a really cool thing and I have no idea what to do with it.
Keep trying things. Be a good live bridge kind of thing. Or intro.
God, I'm writing this really complicated thing here.
It's not even that complicated in the grand scheme of things.
I hit the right chords or strings. All right, I'm sold on that. So what do I want to write about? I mean, it kind of sounds happy, right? So it doesn't have to be happy, but I don't make mistakes. Mistakes make me. I'm Chuck Norris. God, what a crazy key. This is by far, guitar-wise, the strangest choice of key I could have ever picked. What feeling is there? It's like, I don't think it's like sappy love. I don't think it's...
So that key relative to the open strings on the guitar is very hard. I don't know enough about it to tell you exactly what, but you basically have to fret every note that's in key with that key, with the exception of just one or two strings. Normally, I'm using a lot of open strings in chords when I play. I like that style of chord, and you just can't do it that much in this key. Everything's fretted, so I'm sure somebody knows exactly why that is, but I haven't put that much thought or analysis into it.
We held each other. I don't want to think about that. It's the words that came out though. Okay, we have a cool riff and a cool melody, and that's all. So I guess that's a lot more than some songs.
Great start.
Running.
I keep on running, and I keep on running.
Ooh.
Down, and I keep on running.
That sounds cool. Something to keep on running. I keep on. We got words. Yay. Maybe it's I'm down, and I keep on running. I'm down, but I keep on running.
I might be down, but I keep on running.
It's a winner.
I might be down, but I keep on running.
And I'm falling.
Fallen tree. Find the something to fill the hole in me. I mean, I don't, whatever.
Censor that.
And a whole lot of money.
All right, that's the song.
I wish.
Easy peasy. Done and dusted. It could be like a short little thing, but I need to actually say something that would help. Switching to that is just so hard. And every chord is like there's no open notes available. I have that note.
What I was saying before. Bad note there.
That was cool.
I like
it on
that.
harmonic.
Wish I was good enough to do that on purpose all the time. I guess
For
practice.
something. He's got a knack for old school
He's got a knack for old school cutting.
Old school cutting.
He's got a knack for old school cutting.
It's always a little bit disappointing to me. Looking back, now I'm a new person, different point of view right now, and a better familiarity with the song. And some of these lines, like, I could have explored that. I like this line. He's got a knack for old school something. I still don't know what it would be, but I feel like right now I have more inspiration where I could fill that line out. And, just because of the mood I'm in or what I had for breakfast or just whatever, the song takes a different turn. It's a fascinating thing. And maybe it's a bit of a hindrance in a way, because it's like it's a decision paralysis. There's so many ways you can take a song. It's like, is this the best way? And if you focus too much on that, you hinder yourself too. But, it's possible I could have written an even better song than what I ended up coming up with, even though I like it. But you just never know. That's like the brain of a neurotic songwriter.
He's got a knack for old school cutting. He's got a knack for old school cutting. Might be done, but I keep on running from the
Werewolf blacksmith.
werewolf blacksmith trying to hold me down.
Ain't much left, not a whole lot of money. Reality. Reality is not the right word, but I like from the circumstances. From the, not I don't want to say circumstances though, from the, I don't think that quite works.
Keep on running from the uphill battle trying to hold me down.
That's cool. I think confusing is what I want to say, or like, I'm imagining like a kaleidoscope. So like, from the, I mean, foreign, like foreign is the word, but foreign just does not fit there.
I might be
Foobar.
I might be done, but I keep on running from the cure.
That's another one of those cases where I'm sure there's a perfect word to fit there, and I still can't think of it. So if you're watching this sometime in the future, well, if you're watching it, it is in the future from right now. If you think of just the perfect word that could fit there, let me know. I'd love to hear it, because it'll, even if it's 20 years from now, my brain will probably still be processing that in the back and be relieved to finally have that solved.
This world trying to hold me there. Not much left, not a whole lot of money.
Supposed to. Apparently, this is an autobiography about my life right this second.
Most songs are, directly or indirectly. One.
Just
Lots of thinking. That's mostly what gets cut out.
The other
Is thinking, repeating the same thing over and over. Try to limit it to the places where I make a decision or I try something that doesn't work out, just to give some kind of sense of the progression of the song.
Just the other day I found a hole in the curtain.
and I find myself believing it's not the only one.
So many other things are still, and so many other things are still uncertain. And so many other things are still, and so many other things are still uncertain. And still in the dark, but I've seen the sun.
I don't know. I'm not loving it. But at the same time, I think it's great. Like, I don't know what this is.
I'm still in the dark, but I've seen the sun.
Okay, well, I like that. I don't know if this song really says anything, but I do like that I'm still in the dark, but I've seen the sun. I think that's a cool way to have incorporated that line, which is, it's nice. Down, but I keep on running from the curious world, trying to hold me there. Ain't much left, not a whole lot of money. That's the part that doesn't really make a lot of sense. I'm not sure I like that. Like, I love the way it sounds. Ain't much left.
Ain't much left, not a whole lot of money. Trying to hold me there.
Invited.
That was a great example of where I'm just feeling words, feeling my mouth move, feeling vibrations, the whatever, and it's like what word sounds like those motions, and invited is what came out. And so it's like I'm not thinking about being invited. I'm just feeling things and then interpreting that. I don't know how to explain it any other way, but it's debatable whether I've ever written a good song at all. But when I write songs, this is how I do it, and almost all of them come about that way. The song sort of, I wouldn't say the song leads me. I would say my feelings lead observations, they lead movements, and then the conscious part of my brain is interpreting that. That's how I do it.
Invited. It doesn't exactly rhyme, but man, that seems right. That seems like the right word. Heading to the party, though I wasn't invited. Doesn't quite work. Let's see. Man, this reads great now. I might be down, but I keep on running from the curious world trying to hold me there. On my way to the party, though I wasn't invited, and they keep on telling me I'm supposed to care. Just the other day, I found a hole in the curtain, find myself believing not the only one. And though many other things are still uncertain, I'm still in the dark, but I've seen the sun. Like, man, that's pretty fun. Yeah.
Just saying I done good.
So let's introduce this other character. The next line. He's got a knack.
Good enough.
He's got a sack with a whole lot of money. Well, sack is the wrong word.
He's got a knack for being pretty funny. Little ditty by Jack and Diane.
This could be our chorus. Call the song I've Seen the Sun. Okay. I do like that. We don't necessarily need any changes. I just need one more verse here, and I think that's the song. I could just repeat, but I don't think that's what's right. So like, I like this whole lot of money. But how does that make sense? Like, I might be down, but I keep on running from the curious world trying to hold me there. On my way to the party, though I wasn't invited, and they keep on telling me I'm supposed to care. It's like I'm trapped in this, held captive in this room, and like somehow starting to see the way out. So I like the whole lot of money. It just seems like it works. So maybe I've heard the end of the dream is a whole lot of money. At the end of the dream,
they find a whole lot of money.
And they end their lives wondering who put it there. Somebody put it there.
They never realized somebody put it there.
So here I want it to be, this is about like, people who, this is about success, right? This is at the end of the dream, they find a whole lot of money, right? So they succeeded, and they never realized somebody put it there. And that's a line alluding to no one is successful, at least in terms of society and money, without other people. Like literally the only way to be successful is from other people. So if you're famous, like you're famous because people like you. Like you cannot be famous. You cannot be like this. So I'm kind of like touching on this notion of people who get to the top and think they did it all themselves, right? They didn't get lucky. They didn't get breaks. They didn't get help. This notion of self-made. And not everyone who says they're self-made means it that way, but some people just do. I guess it could rhyme invited. Invited.
It's a little high, but it's a really pretty run, I think.
Maybe you and I might find that funny.
These last couple lines are sometimes the hardest.
Someone's got to tell them they're supposed to. Someone should.
When in doubt, reuse something from the first verse.
They're supposed to care. Okay, I need one line. At the end of the dream, they find a whole lot of money, and they never realize somebody put it there. We're going to call this I've Seen the Sun. playing this is going to be very hard because my fingers hurt already. And that's basically playing that riff for 3 minutes straight. I like hide it. Trying to hide it. They were trying to hide it. Didn't understand someone was trying to hide it. I don't know. It's another one that doesn't make a lot of sense, but it kind of does to me. Like, I feel like it makes sense. It's good.
First attempt at a take.
All right, that was a very, very poor run through it, but it's if it has to, that can be the take. I forget what time I said that I was starting. It's not a very long song, but that's okay. It doesn't. I don't know. It's just I like something about this. Maybe it's awful.
That's enough. Sorry for the sniffles.
This time, though, I'm going to try to do a good take. That's going to have to be good enough because my finger hurts. That wasn't bad. I think that's a cool song. I don't know, not as cool as I thought it was going to be when I started, but that's pretty much a thing I say universally every time I write a song. So
that is absolutely true. So I hope you enjoyed this abbreviated version of the writing of I've Seen the Sun. I do really like that song. I intentionally don't put the whole song in this episode because the point is that it's going from nothing to song. And if you know the song already, it sort of changes your perspective on this. So if you do want to hear the song, it is linked in the description. It's just that initial take, well, the second take you just saw there. Otherwise, if you're one of the two people probably who are actually this far in the video, if you have any feedback at all, I would love to hear it. If you feel like there's something I'm doing that I could do better, or if something I'm doing that you really, really like that I can focus on improving, let me know. I would love to hear that. Otherwise, I appreciate you being on my music journey with me, and I'll keep doing these every week until I just decide I can't anymore. But I'll also be streaming every day here on YouTube and on Twitch. And of course, follow me on Instagram. I try to post there every single day, at least a stream highlight or something. Again, I'm Crimulus. Thanks for hanging out with me, and I'll see you next time.